Hello and welcome to Wargaming Hard. Today I would like to review a bomber plane, which most of us I believe received it during the recent birthday event for World of Warplanes. That plane, I think you had to just fulfill few mission conditions and you're just getting it as a freebie, as a present. So this is Potez 540, is a tier 3 French bomber plane. Usually when I'm having any premium planes, I'm trying to see what is so special about that plane. Because, you know, if it is a premium plane, it's not like a standard in a tech tree. Usually you'd expect actually to have something different, something extra. Otherwise it would be as one of these standard planes instead of being treated as a premium plane. So let's have a quick look. Before we'll fly, because I'll be honest with you, I haven't flown a single battle yet, so I have no idea how this plane will actually behave during the gameplay. Some of you left me the comments that it is like a flying brick. Well, okay, I'll see if I'll experience something similar in a minute. But before we'll go into the gameplay, what I usually do with every plane, I'm trying to see what's so special about it. Try to think of what will be my way of playing with that particular plane. So let's have a quick digging in on and compare it with a few other planes. So at the moment we have, I believe, 3 other premium planes. There are other ones as well, but I'm focusing on the premium because I would like to compare like a premium or gift ones. So we have a Potez 540, Junkers 86E, and the Bristol Blenheim. All of them are bombers on tier 3 level and all of them are technically premium. So if we'll have a look on the gun armament, bombs and rockets, there isn't so much that I think any of them would be we could put in and pick it as a standing out very much so in compared to the others. I think they have just slightly different configuration. Four bombs, I believe Germans as usual, Germans 15 kilogram bombs, and this one's got 500 pounds, so I believe it's about 250 kilogram bomb. So survivability, again, that very often I believe is dependent on how many hit points you have. So Blenheim has got less hit points, that's why the score is a bit lower. But airspeed is higher with the Blenheim. Looks like the slowest of all of them will be Potez 540. Which also indicated just below. You can see how much difference of the other planes has between this one and the Potez. So like 90 and 150 extra. It's kilometers an hour in this case for us. Yeah, maximum dive speed. I don't think anyone will be practicing diving with this plane. But if you would like to, you have also maximum speed indicator. Maneuverability. Well, yeah, Blenheim as a Blenheim, I think is more maneuverable than the other two. But surprise, surprise, well, it might be a flying brick, but it's more maneuverable than Junkers 86E, and it's twice as maneuverable as Junkers 86E. From 2 to 4, I don't know what they are based on those indicators, but we'll see in a minute. I didn't have any. I don't have any experience with Junkers 86, so we'll see. I'll figure out in a minute. The bombers I prefer personally to play is the Russian ones. I'm playing somewhere in between. I think I made the film, so if any of you would like to have a look, you can have check on one of my videos how I play with the Russian bombers. Anyway, maneuverability, yep, it's low. I think that it's indicated. Where we are actually seeing a little bit more special with this plane, in this particular is configuration, which is completely basic, is the altitude performance. So if we'll have a look, optimum altitude in the meters is 1500 for the Blenheim, 1800 for Junkers, but 2200 is for the Potez 540, which means if I would be flying this plane, now looking at it as it is, it's super unmaneuverable. I'm just guessing, just like flying in a straight line, just going forward. So there's no point of actually just flying any lower altitude for that plane. But we have a good altitude performance. So I think in this particular case, the best would be to climb to its maximum altitude and stay there. So let's have a quick look what sort of threats we would have if we would be flying on that height. So let's go for tier 3s and go for the biggest killers for the bombers, which are of course the heavy fighters. So we have one of the heavy fighters. I think the most popular one will be BF 110. Where are our German planes? Let's go for the heavy fighters. Okay, let's do it this way. So on tier 3 we got, actually no, we got the Fokker 57. The Messerschmitt Bf 110 is from tier 4. Okay, let's pick it up. Let's see how tier 4 is going to be dangerous for us. So we got Bf 110. Any other heavy fighters on that level? Tier 4. Tier 4, we have Bristol Blenheim as well, that is as a heavy fighter. So let's check these two and see how they can threaten us. So definitely they will be much faster and so on and so on. I'm not going to compare that because of course they are heavy fighters and compared to bomber, so there's no point to keep on comparing it. But look, how interesting is it? So Bristol Blenheim as a heavy fighter, again 1500, so it's 700 less than our maximum altitude. And for Messerschmitt Bf 110 we actually have 1700 again, sorry, 500 meters difference between Messerschmitt and 700 meters between Potez and Blenheim, which means that if we will stick to the highest altitude, technically I don't think they will reach us nor get us, because it's 500 meters unless they will go in vertical and try to aim the guns. 500 meters, what's the range of the weaponry? I cannot check it in here, but if we'll go, yeah, if you'd go directly into the plane, I believe it might be around 500 meters. Anyway, so I think the strategy for this plane will be try to sit on the highest altitude and take it from there. And the only threat for us at this stage would be possibly the anti-aircraft artillery that very often is very cruel for the bombers, because you can't do nothing, especially when you are that maneuverable like this plane possibly will be. One thing I would definitely do in here, I think I would like to change the nation, and I was just thinking which nation shall I change it for. So let's remove the pilot and the gunner first, because this is the only French bomber. So the advantage would be for me if I will change the nation and use the more experienced pilot and the gunner from different plane. That will give me a little bit more accuracy when I will be dropping the bombs, etc. So this is one of the reasons why I'm changing it. If you want to keep it as a French and flying French, by all means, it's your choice. I would prefer possibly change it to let's do the Russian one. Okay, we don't need large, change the nation. So we just made it a Russian plane from it, which means that we can transfer or use the pilots from our 2-2. Okay, we have pilot and we have a gunner. Boom, straight away 100% with a few perks. That should give us some healthy advantage straight away in a battle. Let's pick up a few consumables. What will be useful for us in this situation? Maneuverability, definitely not, but if it will be a super unmaneuverable plane on a high altitude, I don't think we need the engine thrust, unless it will be very slow between the flying from base to base. Let's try engine protection for the time being, just to take less damage. I don't know if I'll have, sitting on a high altitude, if I'll have time for keep on firing manually. So let's stick to, again, protecting our gunner from automatic, because if we'll be sitting very high and we'll have no other planes flying around us, then how manually I can just keep on being a threat for them. And shall we choose accuracy or quick reload? What is the reload for our current bombs? We have resupply time is 40 seconds. Do we want to drop it down? Don't know, but I'll definitely, I believe, prefer the accuracy in this particular situation. So let's go for the bomb side. and purchase that. Okay, consumables. Just in case, which one is better? I don't think the pilot will be needed even if he's injured that much, because with that maneuverability he's not going to change. But the fire might definitely possibly our bigger enemy. What else? Let's try to increase the speed to go between the points, and of course let's try to improve our explosiveness of our bombs. Let's apply that, and that would be the plane I would be really happy to play my first battle in and see how it goes. Question is how quickly I can climb to my maximum optimal altitude. So let's go, and we will see. One thing I am really worried about, I'll take my joystick. One thing I'm worrying about is first artillery, second what I experience in the bombers when I'm flying on the high altitude. Just to let you, just to have a quick comment from myself once we are waiting for the game. One thing I didn't like was sometimes when I dropped the bombs on a few targets, before those bombs actually hit the ground, the team was managed to take the base much faster by shooting the planes down. So that is sometimes very frustrating. You're flying around, you're just over the targets, you're dropping the bombs before they will hit the target. The target is either done by attack plane passing by, just taking it down faster than your bomb that is flying from the high altitude, drop it, or they manage to take few defense planes, and the base is taken, and your bombs are just hitting the target without gaining you any points or giving you any extra badges, medals, whichever way you want to look at it. And also this is the other point. This is tier 3. Tier 3, you're not going to get any extra medals. I believe the maximum I will be able to get in here will be possibly the grade 1 badge for the bomber. Otherwise it's tier 3, so no other advantages for helping you with any other future mission conditions. So I don't know how useful that plane will be for you, unless you want to have some fun, unless you want to just keep on helping to train your pilots. What else you can do? Anyway, let's have a look what sort of threat we have. So we are in a tier 3, tier 4 battle, and we have a Blenheim, and we have P-38. Oh, cranky! I forgot to check this one. This is tier 3 Polish heavy fighter, but can he reach us? I don't know. We'll check after. Anyway, let's go on accelerate, and let's see if we can reach the maximum altitude as soon as physically we can, just to be as safe as we can. Also, if you would like to play this plane a lot, I would recommend possibly putting some camo. If you put the camo on the level of helping you or giving you some more protection from the AA guns or AA artillery from the ground. Woohoo! We are losing speed. Maybe I was just thinking that. Hang on, I think I went a little bit too much. It's not a fighter plane. Sorry, I just dragged into the chatting with you guys so much that I forgot that the speed with the bomber is actually dropping drastically. So let's go back on the track. And you see, this is what I was worrying about before. I'll reach anywhere. I'm slow. I'm reaching the highest. Oh, I can go even higher. So yeah, let's go as high as we can, just to keep us as safe as it possibly can be. All right. So we got the middle sector taken. Yeah, we have to just decide which base we should go next. Let's see if we'll go to the left. We'll have any chances to dropping any bombs there. Okay, I've run out of my boost, which was helping me to climb a bit faster. Okay, for some of you, if you want to just have a better zoom when you are flying, use the scroll, at least on the mouse, and you can just zoom out a little bit on your bomb sight. Sometimes that helps. If you didn't know about this, well, there it is. Let's see if we will manage to drop some bombs on a target. But as I mentioned, that might be a challenge when we are flying so high and the other planes are flying so low. Okay. So we got the compound there. Let's see if we can just get our artillery, and let's see if we can turn and hit something else. Boom, one, and let's see, slow down a bit and see if we can hit one more AA gun. Boom. Okay, so 4 bombs went. We have 40 seconds for reload. Did we manage to take it? No, the Reds are still winning on this one. And as I was afraid, artillery is still reaching us, which is not good. But I think it doesn't matter how high you are, they will always reach you. There's always the same. By the way, just for information, if you want to just get more points dropping the bombs, unfortunately I cannot show you because the base was taken. The bigger targets are giving you more points and help you to capture base much faster. So just as a tip, if you will be dropping the bombs only for the AA guns or AA artillery, we will be receiving less points. If you will be dropping the bombs on bigger targets, bigger armored ground targets, then you will be getting more points and you will help to capture the base much faster. So let me try to show you. I'll try to fly by on some of the targets. So we got the compound in here. Okay, it says maximum medium ground target. Okay, there's another one which is a medium ground target. Boom, and that's what I was worrying about. Artillery unfortunately is reaching us, and I'm not sure how long I will be able to withstand of not being hit. But at the moment, as you can see, P-38 is way below us, and yeah, I think he's just trying to reach us, but do I need to climb higher? Not sure. Okay, let's zoom out. Where are the planes? I think they are not able to reach us, which is good, but as I mentioned, unfortunately AA guns will always be able to reach you, so well, I think the only way you can mitigate it is with the pilot skills and the camouflage. That should definitely help you. Let's slow down a little bit. We got 10 seconds for reload. I would like to have that post. P-38, 300 meters. I'll try to climb a little bit more, because it looks like he came to relatively close to us. No, too late. Okay, but as you can see, you can keep on hovering around on the high altitude and keep on dropping the bombs. And how many? I've already dropped like... oh, there you go. I've almost dropped like 3 payloads. Looks like he was able to reach us. Okay, so P-38 could reach us on this altitude. Interesting. I'll have to have a look in a minute what his maximum altitude is, because I don't remember from the top of my head. So let's try to rejoin the battle. And how are we standing with the points? Not I wouldn't say it makes me massively excited. Let's reload the bombs because there was only 2. Okay, so our team helped and managed to capture the other points. Well, I wouldn't say we are just one of the top players or top scorers in here, which is a kind of shame. I was hoping that to be a bit better, but I believe we have to climb a bit more as well, just to keep us a little bit more safe. Looks like we'll get this battle over very, very quickly. You know what? I'll see if I can fly another battle and see whether there's any difference. But in between the battles, I'll check that P-38 and tier 3 ones. Other tier 3, although I think the other tier 3s definitely shouldn't be that much dangerous for us. But yeah, again, right. So as you've seen, I was not able to do much of the damage there, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not so much keen about playing the bomber planes, because the game in general is very passive. With the fighter planes, multi-roles and heavy fighters, I think it's more more engaging. You're doing something. In here, just like flying around, trying to drop bombs, and that's it. It's a very, very passive game. Some of you might really like it, really love it. Great. I don't think this is like my cup of tea. I play the bombers because sometimes we got those missions, but I don't think I would say I love them that much. So heavy fighters. Let's see, where's that Polish P-38 there? Why you're not filtering? Please filter. Tier 3s. Show me tier 3s. Okay. We got P-38 in here. Okay, compare. So P-38. Oh, come on. How come he was able to reach us? Really? 1300 optimal altitude. What is the maximum altitude? If that's the optimum, definitely I don't think he can just double it. That is interesting. I thought this plane can sit down in the sky and just be relatively safe, but as it looks, possibly not. Our altitude performance, hang on, I think I have the P-38 in the garage, so let's try to see whether the altitude performance in here matches. Okay, so maximum for us, so the service ceiling is 4,000 meters. So we would have to climb to 4,000 in order to be safe. Let's go to see heavy fighters. P-38, what's your maximum altitude performance? 3,300. So sitting on that 3,000 plus, yeah, he could reach us. Sorry. So we would have to climb to about 4,000 meters to be relatively safe from any other plane. In the range of, yeah, 3,700 is for BF-110. Let's have a quick check. What was the range of the 20mm guns? 600. So flying vertically, just climbing up very quickly, they could reach us with the guns, but definitely they will not sit up on your tail and try to take you down. So it will be way much more challenging for them to climb to 4,000 meters to take you down. Shall we play one more game and have a look if we'll be able to make any better score? I will be honest with you, the previous battle, although it's my first one on this plane, I wouldn't classify as one of the most successful I've ever had flying the bombers. So let's have a look on this one and see whether we can make it any better. Please also leave me your comments below. What do you think about this plane? Is it just like, yeah, thank you very much Wargaming, it is a nice plane, it is a nice gift, but I'll sell it, at least I'll have a place in the garage? Or actually any of you like this plane and will keep it, maybe to help you to train your bomber crew. Although, on the tier 3 level, I don't know if you will be getting that many points and even that many credits. So, I have a mixed feelings at the moment after the first battle. I'm not sure if actually this plane for me personally will be worth of keeping. Definitely I found so far most enjoyable to play in the Russian bombers. The way I choose to play them is somewhere between style of the heavy fighter and attack plane, so you're flying low, dropping bombs, trying to attack, so like a hit and run tactic, so just like drop the bomb and fly away, let it reload quickly and just come back and drop it again and fly away, because you're more agile, you're more maneuverable, you're much faster. With this type of bomber, it's a very, very passive game. Yeah, I don't think it's my cup of tea. But let's try to find. Let's try to go for another game. There we go. It's loading up. Let's go for another game and see whether we can be any more successful. What are our threats this time? So we are tier 3 and tier 2 battle this time, so it's more favorite for us. But we have Dornier, we have so 2 German heavy fighters definitely against us. Interesting configuration on the other team. 4 attack planes. I can't see any bombers. How interesting. So I am technically the only bomber in this game. Alright, let's not disappoint the team. And let's fly. Okay, I don't think on the first one, I don't think we can climb that high. So let's try to drop the bombs as quickly as we can and get some points before we'll climb up to the higher altitude to avoid other enemy planes and heavy fighters, because of course those ones are the biggest threat for us. Okay, so we got one. Let's try to drop two on that medium and see if we can go to this small ground target. Okay. Boom. Alright, so we dropped, and let's try to go and climb, going into the another point. Okay, we got 1000 points earned. Looks like our gunner is trying to scare the other plane, because I don't think we are such a big threat for them. Let's keep on climbing. So we were talking about maximum for us is to reach 4,000 meters. Wow, that will be high altitude. We'll see how safe we'll be there. I'll try to climb to that max and see what we can do from there. Flying onto another one, let me divert from the route a little bit. If you'll check the minimap, I'm flying almost directly into other heavy fighters. It's just like, I haven't climbed as high as I want to, so let's see. Alright, you know what, let's change direction and let's go to the other base, closer to the spawn point, and see whether actually will be less, let's call it a traffic there, and less threat for us. So let's keep on trying to keep on climbing. We got 2,500 meters, 600 meters now. Okay, we are keep on climbing. And let's see if we'll be able to reach that maximum height, which is high. Okay, so we'll see how long the bomb will be going. That is my worry, that sometimes the base can be taken faster than we can drop the bombs. Also, okay, I'm losing my speed. Stall warning. Yeah, so we're a bit too... I'm not sure if we can climb to that 3,000 meters. 3,000 is already on orange, which means that we are reaching the relatively too high. Okay, let's see how high we can go. Again, it takes so much time, and I don't think I can climb any much more, any faster than that. Come on, we haven't taken any base yet, seriously? I dropped the 4 bombs on the other base, and the team hasn't taken the base yet. Please, guys, what are you doing there? Right, anyway, we are closer to the other target. I don't think I'm that fast of being able to keep on flying between the bases. So let's try to drop as many bombs as we can in here and try to take that base as quickly as we can. To avoid so much maneuvering between my targets, I'll try to just line them up and drop the bombs as I'm going. One thing I have noticed, I don't know, please guys leave me in the comments below if you have the same. If I'm slowing down, I have found out that actually the bombs are getting more accurate when I'm dropping them. So when I'm slowing down completely, they are becoming a little bit more accurate when I'm dropping them down. Okay, in the middle. And at the moment, you know what? I don't see much of the threat from AA guns, which would indicate that even being on such a high altitude, look, they are not firing at us, which is quite interesting. That would it mean that we are so high that they can't reach us? That would be interesting. Let's see if how high you can climb. 3,100, 3,200. 20 seconds to reload another payload of bombs. Yeah, looks like it's difficult to go any further. Okay, let's turn around. We got 10 seconds for the bombs. Reload. Let's see if we can just complete one of those bases there. sorry, not bases, one of the targets. So we got one in here. Let's slow down and turn. Okay, we'll drop one in here. Looks like the defense planes. Okay, drop in here. We'll give him one more in that small ground target. That's great, brilliant. Thank you very much, team. You're brilliant. Did I manage to take the base? UPKA, like one of the actors was usually saying. So we managed to help to take one of the bases. Brilliant. Don't tell me I am the top scorer this game. Alright. Okay. Again, I'm not considering that as a mostly very successful game so far. At this stage I'm having at least around 10,000 points. Unless you are playing against XP54s. That's a different game style. But let's see if we can help the team to change a little bit of battle style. Looks like there is a heavy fighter somewhere behind us. Is it the one that's trying to reach us? That's interesting. Let's climb a little bit more. Is it someone who is trying to take us down? And have a little trophy of our wings hanging up on the wall. I managed to take down the Potez on the high altitude. Alright. Okay, we are, I believe, somewhere around. Yeah. Dornier 17. Looks like he cannot reach us. At least not so far. Interesting. Okay. Let's drop a few more bombs. And see if we can help to rescue this game a little bit more. And hold the team afloat in this game for a little bit longer. Because I would say, looking at the points, I wouldn't say that we are doing the massive amount of awesome game. Anyway, let's drop 2 bombs on this medium ground target. As I mentioned, taking them down should give us more points, and we almost on the level of taking this base down as well. There we go. Oh. Small ground target, 1 of 4 left. Okay. Let's accelerate. We are 3,200, so relatively high, as I was mentioning. Oh, unfortunately, the game is over. But as you can see, what I was thinking about looks like seems to be working. So, flying high with this bomber, I'm the best player in my team. Amazing. Okay. Sorry guys, but that is looks good and looks good for the game, but I cannot count that as a awesome game for me. Anyway, at the moment I think playing 2 games in that plane, I would say, yeah, I'm not finding it exciting unless you like bombers. It's not my cup of tea. You just keep on hanging up above on that high level. If you got a team that will be losing on a lower level all the time, like just experience, I don't think I'll have that much game. Because before you will climb, before you will drop the bombs, look, even well from defeat you got 37, almost 40,000 credits. I think you can get better. I'm just guessing if you win the battle, could be like a 10,000 more, so you could get about 50,000 credits. Yeah, if you're a beginner in the game, just keep it. Have a gist of how to play the bombers. Train your pilots. So if you choose later on to go to the German bomber tech tree, then yeah, that might help you to train the pilots initially if you will change the nation. But if it's the plane that I really would enjoy and to play and keep it, I don't know, I would say possibly not. I'll keep it for the time being and see if I can do anything better than that. It will be very painful to get to the specialist level if after two battles I'm just like 255 points capture. Nah. I don't know. Please leave me your comments below, because I'm curious. What do you think about this plane? I'm having a mixed feelings. Can't see that plane being any special in any way. Yeah, okay, bombs reloading for 40 seconds. Possibly I could just speed it up, fitting a different equipment. So if I'll go to service and upgrade, possibly to strengthen the hard points, possibly that would give me a little bit better reload once the equipment also would be improved. Is it worth it? Don't know. If you'll slow down massively like I just did, if you'll slow down the plane and just hover on that high level, maybe you will reload as fast as on one go, even dropping the payload twice. That would be interesting to try. But as I mentioned, looking for the parameters of the plane and checking what is its pros and cons. I think hitting the high altitude will make you as safe as possible and will allow you to stay within the battle as long as you can, and of course just give you a chance to drop as many bombs as possible in order to just gain as many points as possible. It's up to you whether you like or you choose this plane to keep it or not. I think at the moment it's nice, unique plane in the garage. I don't think you'll be able to purchase it, or maybe it will be available in the boxes in the future. Don't know what Wargaming is trying to do with that. Anyway, that is my short video and a review of this plane. If you found it useful, great. Please give me your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for the next video, to just give you a little bell when the next time I'll release the next video. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Please, really, I'm repeating it again, please leave me your comments below. What do you think about this plane? And maybe you found a better way of playing it. But at the moment, I don't think that this plane flying on a lower altitude or mid-level altitude would be any good. So I think, well, if you find a better way of playing it, please leave me the comments below. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much all for watching. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you soon during the next video. Bye bye.